Welcome back to the channel, and today we're talking Transformers, and most specifically Bumblebee the movie, which is set for release in December of 2018, and still to date we have no detail of a trailer for Bumblebee the movie online. Nothing just yet, although there has been rumours floating around that we would get a trailer today on the 18th, but nothing has come up just yet, so maybe next week. We will have to wait and see. And you know, again, this is all just speculation and rumours. You know, no official source from Paramount has confirmed any detail around a trailer coming out online just yet. So again, we will have to be patient. But we do have stuff to talk about when it comes to Bumblebee the movie, because at CinemaCon, we know that Paramount Pictures showed a 20-minute sizzle reel, and that reel contained a ton of footage from Bumblebee the movie, and we already know from that footage that Starscream is involved in this film, Decepticon confirmed, and also we've got this Decepticon too who remains unnamed. But there was more detail because people have been posting what they saw. So there's no footage as such to be seen, but there is descriptions, and I think there could be confirmation of another Decepticon. Now, again, I'm just going to read into this what I think it means, but again, it's up to you. And also as well, if you don't want a spoiler as such, you probably don't want to hear me read out the next line. So it's nothing major. But again, if you don't want that, then probably best to click away. But I'm going to read to you now the extract of what someone saw as part of the sizzle reel. So they saw this. Later, a clip is shown of Bee running from a helicopter and trucks exploding. So to me, that sounds like a chase. That sounds like Bumblebee is being hunted down once again. Now, could that be the military? Could that be Sector 7? Or could that be another Decepticon? Because we already know that Starscream is going to be hunting Bumblebee from the sky, and now we've got a helicopter chasing down Bee. So I find this very exciting that we're going to get, you know, Bee trying to escape from the aerial threat of Starscream and now a helicopter. And we know in Michael Bay's franchise we've seen helicopters before, because we've seen Blackout and Grindor. So could it be, much like Starscream, we're getting the involvement of another Transformer, another Decepticon, which featured in the Michael Bay franchise? Because Travis Knight has indicated that there are ties to the Michael Bay movie franchise, but the story is different. So if that is the case, then we're likely to get more Decepticons that Michael Bay has used in the future, because once again, Bumblebee the movie is set in the 1980s. So could we see Blackout, who we know was in Transformers 1 and played quite a detailed role, because he was the first kind of introduction to a Decepticon that we got in Michael Bay's franchise? Or could we get Grindor from Transformers Revenge of the Fallen? So I think this is very exciting, and I think that this is a Decepticon, because the way that it sounds, that Bee is running from a helicopter, trucks exploding, sounds like, you know, that helicopter has some gunfire trying to take out Bee. And I think if it was the military, it would be more tactical. So it wouldn't be a case that, you know, trucks are exploding here, there and everywhere. It just sounds like the carnage of a Decepticon on the hunt. So if that is the case, which Decepticon would you like it to be? Or would you like it to be a completely different Decepticon? Would you like to see Grindor? Or would you like to see Blackout? I'm inclined to say I'd like to see Blackout, because I think his introduction in the first Michael Bay film was pretty solid. I loved the way that he was brought in. It had that real military style. In fact, it could be a case that B doesn't know that's a Decepticon initially, and he's just being chased down thinking it's a military helicopter, and it's not. It's a Decepticon. So, you know, there are endless possibilities when it comes to this helicopter. But I want you to get involved in the comment section below and let me know what you think. Do you want to see Blackout? Do you want to see Grinder? Or do you want to see a completely different Decepticon? And how do you interpret that line that I just read? And something else I want to cover in this video too is the positive reaction from that sizzle reel, from the footage that was shown. I don't think we've had quite such a positive response from critics and people that were privy to seeing this before. Normally they're always like, it's the same old when it comes to Transformers films, and it's never very positive. But this Travis Knight's interpretation of a Transformers film has been getting a great reception. So I'm going to read out and show you right now some of the responses to those that got to see the sizzle reel. And I find it interesting as well because it's been said that it was a 20-minute sizzle reel, but some of the tweets that I've seen kind of says otherwise. So I guess, you know, I'm not sure how much has been seen yet, but it's exciting to know that regardless of how much footage is seen, these people got the feeling that this is a different kind of Transformers movie. So even if they've seen 5 minutes, if they think that from the 5, that's great, because that is what we've all wanted. We want a Transformers film, this is what I want anyway, with more story, more character and robot development, but also some decent action. And Michael Bay, you know, always love to give the action, but not so much the story. So let's read out some of these initial views from people that saw the footage at CinemaCon. So here you go, this is one of them. There was more character and emotion in the 5-minute clip they just showed for Bumblebee than in all 372 hours of Michael Bay's Transformers movies. That's a pretty big statement right there. So obviously this chap feels that, you know, Michael Bay and his franchise lacks emotion. And I don't disagree, because sometimes Michael Bay films, and particularly in his Transformers franchise, jumps all over the place and doesn't give things time to really settle in, so you don't get that emotion. Now, there was a response to this tweet, and someone asked the question, how different is Bumblebee's appearance to the Bay films? Is it good or is it bad? And the response was this: seems less busy, a bit more streamlined. He had a bee-looking face guard, battle helmet thing during some action sequences. So we kind of know that. We already knew that. We already knew that B didn't change too much. In fact, I like to sum it up that B looks younger. And from more of the detail that I've read online about what they saw, it kind of backs that up, because it sounds like Bumblebee is a lot more nervous as such. He's kind of shy, so maybe he's kind of discovering or trying to build confidence on this planet that he's arrived on. So, you know, we don't know the background of how Bumblebee has arrived to meet Hailee Steinfeld's character, but it sounds like B is just kind of working himself out in this movie. Let's look at some more responses to the sizzle reel. Bumblebee looks good. This is not a drill. Bumblebee looks very, very good. Very, very good. How cool is that? Another one. First footage from Bumblebee was heavy on the heartstrings. Very relationship heavy, but also blue and red Starscream. Design looks like Bay's movies, but just with a bit more toy influence. I'm much more interested now. So I think that's great to hear. I think the fact that it is heavy on the heartstrings, I believe this is going to be about the relationship between Bumblebee and Hailee Steinfeld's character Charlie. And if that is the case, again, that's something that's been lacking in the last 2 Transformers films. I don't feel there's been a huge tie with Bumblebee or Cade Yeager, or Optimus Prime and Cade Yeager. I don't feel there's a connection there that really makes me want to care about Cade Yeager's character. Whereas I feel that if Travis Knight can re-establish that again and get that relationship tie, it could be like what we had with Sam Witwicky. And I feel that there was a tie there. I think everybody enjoyed Sam Witwicky's journey in Transformers, the 2007 film. So if Travis Knight can take that one step further, that is going to be great. And the fact as well, we've got people saying that there's more emotion in this film than there was in any of the Michael Bay movies. Again, it sounds like a positive. So I'm excited about that. I'm also excited as well about the blue and red of Starscream, because again, paying homage to G1, and I can't wait to see what this looks like. Very excited to see it. And I think again, that's something that Michael Bay didn't do enough of. Didn't go for enough Easter eggs and tributes to G1. He did do it at times, but he could have done a bit more. So again, if Travis Knight is going to go there, that is only going to excite Transformers fans even more so. So lots of positives to be taken, and I want to get your views and opinions on this, because this is a great start, particularly when we are all thinking about the future. Well, maybe the future starts with Bumblebee the movie. So get involved by the comment section below. Let me know what you think of the detail that we've talked about today. I want to get your views on this helicopter. How do you think that's going to play out? Do you think it's Blackout? Or do you think it's Grindor? Or do you think it's a completely different Decepticon? Or if it's the military and Sector 7, what would be your idea behind that? And also as well, I want to get your views and opinions on the initial positive responses. Are you happy with more emotion in a Transformers film? I always think more emotion means more story. And that's something that I've craved for a long time in the Transformers cinematic universe. So for me, it's all good. But now I want to hear from you. So don't forget to check out all my other Transformers content on my YouTube channel. We've got Transformers battles, we've of course got the Bumblebee news, and as well we've got details about the Transformers cinematic universe as well, discussing the potential of a reboot. Plenty over there, plenty of playlists for you to watch, and as always, please rate, comment and subscribe, and make sure you have that notification bell turned on, because we will be talking Transformers all the way up to the Bumblebee movie, and when that trailer comes out, we're going to be the first to look at it. All that's left to be said is this is Delzinski signing out.